I just hit go live, so I guess I should probably send a tweet out, right? What is up with my connection right now?
You sound fine on our end.
Yeah, it's fluctuating. It's being weird. We have one internet service provider in this area because it's a goddamn sham.
Right. Are we just coming through rough on your end?
A little bit, but it's only occasionally. Okay. Leveled out for the moment, but I'm sure it'll fuck up later.
Probably. I mean, that's our luck. We are actually live, right?
Oh yeah, this is just
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not even opening scroll. Just your whiz.
yeah. Well, I'm still putting the tweet out. I'll get to the opening scroll. This is just like a. Yeah, I mean, if Ayrton wants to play some music in the background, it'll come in at about 20%. So.
Oh yeah, just put me on the spot.
I mean, you know,
the bot.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I meant.
Austrian Death Machine, if you want.
I mean, I need something copyright free or like the intro or something like that. Just something to play real quick while I get this tweet put together and pour myself a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey.
That changes things.
Let's see.
Jameson's Irish Whiskey does not sponsor the Gospel of Comics or the Church of Failure. However, they should.
But if they want to, please contact the Church of Failure.
Right, church.of.failure@gmail.com.
I don't know why you gave me control over playing the music.
I mean, you know, I should know better by now, but I don't. I hate you so much.
I know. I kind of wish we were on camera because, you know, I'm kind of grooving to this.
I'm sure you are. I'm just glad I can't hear it very loud on my end. Anyway, the tweet's out there now, so if anybody wants to come by, they can. Keep an eye on the green room.
Yeah.
And we'll pull people in if they want to come hang out. I'll put a link to the Discord in the chat here. Yeah. If you wanna call in, you got an opinion or something you want to discuss, join the
rant about.
Yeah, join the Discord and jump into the waiting room. Nobody's here now to take advantage of that, but we'll repeat it throughout the episode. Anyway, Ayrton, if you will do me the honors of getting rid of this god-awful music.
Wait, you don't like the Eurovision?
I'm thinking about opening up my wrist just to see color again. But anyway, welcome back to the Gospel of Comics. I'm your host of Church of Failure, and with me, as always, my trusty co-host Ayrton McCartney and the head intern / hard wrangler RuneKnight. How are you boys doing this week?
So far, so good.
My week epitomizes my existence because it has been rough as shit, but it was also awesome today. So it's like,
Okay.
Darks and brights. Yay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, there's no middle ground to be had, really. Ever. In any situation.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Make it too easy.
But no. What about you, Ayrton? How's your week been? You were just telling me about some success stories. You've successfully mastered my craft.
Well, I wouldn't say mastered.
You wouldn't.
I've successfully done your craft in a way that apparently the large companies in my industry are incapable of doing. And my one of my sales reps was like, "Really, you did this and came up with this idea, and our multi-billion-dollar company."
Let me drop some knowledge on you real quick about the graphic design industry. All right, you just fill you in, good sir. All right. So certain companies, as you know, a functional alcoholic, I think that liquor companies make a great example. You always
Wait,
see
are you
these.
positing that companies themselves are functional alcoholics?
Yes.
Okay.
No, not me. I definitely am not an alcoholic whatsoever. I just drink too much booze. Um, no, if you look at the advertisements from liquor companies, especially your mid shelf, like your high end doesn't have to really advertise that much. It sells itself. It's that mid shelf push that you always see. Your Crown Royals, your Jack Daniels, your Jim Beams, your Jamesons, you know, the stuff people drink. Like not the expensive bottle that you know occasionally take a sip out of when no one else is looking, so you don't have to share. No, we're talking about
Right.
the stuff you get for $30 for enough to get you through a hard weekend. You know, you're smeared off. They have a great ad campaign. And it's always clean, and the reason that is because they have graphic design departments where that ad went through like 7 people. You know, they've got a guy that takes the photograph just perfectly over the green screen, and then they have an editor that cleans that photograph up for marketing purposes. And then they have the designer who puts the elements together. Then they have another editor that goes through and fine tunes those elements. And you know, people say that they're a graphic designer, but you don't understand that that's a process where you have to know so many skills, like just to get by. Like usually when someone says they're a graphic designer, they're like me and they have to do all of that themselves. So there's really no check and balance on the quality of their work, and you really have to try to stay updated and not get caught in a rut of just putting out the same shit year after year after year.
Well, I mean, I was talking to Dillard earlier today, and mentioned the industry, like the comics industry, because we were talking about being indie,
Oh,
and I said that one of the things that people don't seem to
where's
realize is that
what's his name?
these these big companies didn't come together out of nothing. They were built to answer a specific problem, which is diversifying the number of jobs somebody has to have as an individual so they can focus on being good at something. And that's part of the reason why this current chicanery is so offensive, is like the artist should just art. Like if they're the penciler, they should just be pencils. The writer should just be writing comics. Their job should be being made easier, not harder.
Well, I mean it really depends because I mean I work for a relatively small corner of the market. Like I'm not, you know,
Right.
just somebody who, you know, I'm not some big corporate guy that works for a Fortune 500 company and you know has benefits, whatever the fuck those are. You know, I work for a gig that started as a mom and pop deal, and you know never really got much bigger in size internally. Like we've taken on more shit, we do more stuff, but we're not a bigger overall company. We're not a corporation. We don't have a board of
Right.
directors. You know, we're
I
not
just gotta
publicly
say, I
traded.
come in, I step into this thing here, and I hear saying much bigger inside and internally. I'm like, you perv.
Yes.
But you know, the thing about it is everybody, you know, they think that graphic design is just one guy who's a whiz at everything. And no, most of it, like the whole point of that is most of it is you.
One asshole using Google.
Yeah, it's one asshole using Google to figure out how to do the things he needs to do to get a project to look the way he wants it to look. Like I've done 1,000 one-of-a-kind pieces with 1 or 2 different effects that I've never used again and have no idea how I achieved them then. But I'm pretty sure I can find the same tutorial I went through last time and go through it again.
Hey, I just did that. Had to do that same thing.
You know, It is to a point, though, and I think Drew can back me up on this. You get to a certain point where whatever color system you use, whether it's hexacode, Pantone, whatever, the one you use the most, you start thinking of colors in those variables. Like, if you ask me about red, I'm going to be like, oh, that's Pantone 185 to 187 coded, depending on the shade you want for red. And then you start to get into maroons and plums and shit like that. And
Not there. We actually found out. Apparently, I can't see certain shades of like kind of a translucent pink if it's infused into glass. Apparently.
Yeah, well, I actually have a red and green color deficiency, so it makes graphic design challenging. I actually have to use the numbers.
My mother is colorblind and lives in denial about it.
Nice. That's the best way to be, though.
The number of times that she has asserted that something that is green is red, and then it's like, Ma, that's not red. Like, sure it is. It's like, no, it's not.
That reminds me. So a good buddy of mine, he's colorblind in that same sort of way. And back when we were in high school, I would wear one green and one red Converse just to fuck with him because he could tell they were different, but he couldn't quite tell how they were different, and it would drive him crazy. It was wonderful.
That's just cruel, man.
I know.
I mean, what about Ayrton has not told you this is the way that he is?
I don't know, but let me just tell you, as a kid, I would get so pissed off when motherfuckers would rip the labels off crayons.
So
I needed them labels.
Yeah, but when we were growing up, it was Indian red. Now they call it brick red, which I find more offensive.
I mean, clearly you are the building blocks upon which a nation is built.
That's right.
I gotta say, Indian red and brick red are not the same red, though.
I know, but
I mean, frankly,
because Indian red is a lot more brown than brick red.
Well, because the next question is like, does that mean that we should actually subdivide it into indigenous red and Hindi
Hey, why are
red?
you being racist? Why has it got to be a person when you say Indian red?
I'm not the one who invented this schema. I'm merely playing this out to its. I'm just playing it out to its natural exclusion. We're gonna be retarded. I'm gonna go all in.
Ladies and gentlemen, I again am enjoying some Jameson's Irish whiskey, or else I wouldn't be here.
It's brought to you tonight by Jameson's whiskey. That's right.
No,
Jameson's
don't
whiskey.
give them a plug.
Smooth
They're
and
not
goes
paying us. So, Drew, how have you been, man? What's your week been like?
It's been crazy, like for a very long time. Like, I don't remember when it hasn't been crazy.
Good.
Yeah, but it's not crazy. It's not always good. Crazy's just crazy, you know.
Yeah.
But I've been keeping busy. I look forward to nap time when it comes along. You know that's
I hear that.
Yeah. I'm working on a lot of things. You know, I got a new series coming out. Breaking in a new artist on Captain Love. I am.
Nice.
Yeah, I have been trying to write more music, and I've been a lot more active in church related stuff. So I've just been like super busy, you know. And then I think I'm gonna start a new show on YouTube / platforms, you know. That talks specifically about being, you know, like living off of being a creator, you know, like how to make a living as, you know, musician / artist / whatever it is you happen to be doing, actor.
How do you make a show about ramen noodles last longer than 2 episodes, Drew?
Hey, man. I don't even do ramen noodles,
Hey,
man.
it's clearly a cooking show, and he's just going to give all the permutations of how to prepare them.
Have you ever put an egg in your ramen?
That being said, in chat on YouTube, we have a guy named TurboTef who's apparently a monster because he says he used to switch the marker tubes in all his classes back in the 80s.
You know, all I know is that ramen
I
doesn't
do
cook
that
well in
now
a
at work.
microwave, so it doesn't happen. You know, if I can't microwave it, it doesn't get cooked at my house. So
I gotta disagree with J.K. Summers. As I got older, Napcom became more coveted. But
yeah, I agree with that. How's your fasting going, Drew?
how did it go? You went, yeah.
Yeah, that was. If I was still fasting, I'd be dead.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it went 21 days.
21 days. Okay.
Yeah. So
Now-
like February 1st, I was done. So
Gotcha.
Now explain
I guess I'm
how.
wasting my
I
time
pretty much put all the weight back on, most of it anyway. So
Huh. Yeah, microwave ramen noodles with a microwave egg will do that to you.
well, I actually made the mistake of like going full opposite of fasting when the fast was over. Like I didn't eat anything for 3 weeks. So like for the next week and a half, I ate like everything. So
Naturally,
yeah.
as one does. Hey,
As
at
one
least
does.
you're not so fat that you need a mobility scooter to grocery shop, which I think means you should shop for less groceries, and that you're about a foot wider on either side of the seat of the mobility cart in the fucking grocery store, and it moves so slow that you can hear the motor straining.
That's
because
so
it can't get up to
specific.
fucking
What?
speed.
Who hurt you?
If I was that fat, I would so monetize it. You know what I mean?
This is how you know that I am a decent human being on some baseline level, because I actually have the physical disability that could require me to have a mobility scooter, and I'm like, no, I will walk like a man.
No, that just means you're not a pussy, Joe. Come on.
These two things are in fact true.
And
No, they were
somewhat synonymous. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No one hurt me, Church. There was just some obnoxious fat broad in my way at the grocery store who looked like that description. It was super annoying. Because I already hate grocery shopping.
Trying out for a comedy shtick?
Huh?
Are you like trying out for a comedy shtick? Are you gonna be try to be like a musical Jerry Seinfeld now?
Fuck no.
You know, this one time at the grocery store, I saw a fat lady go down the aisle, and I thought, man, what a bitch.
No, it was just I already hate grocery shopping, and I'm just trying to get in and out because I.
You know what I hate?
I
grocery
shop like I hate you. So I shop like 3 or 4 days at a time because I hate doing it so much, and I don't know what I want to eat, right? And so I want to get in and out, and then this bitch is in my way.
What's the deal with dinner time?
Just for that, when shit opens up here, I'm going to an open mic comedy night, and I'm gonna write a song about fat people in the grocery store just to show you guys.
All right,
I want to see it.
You have to record it so we can hear the crickets.
Yeah, we actually want to see this. Don't bomb, man.
I'll live stream it on my channel.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
Freaking win. In it to win it, sir.
And now I'm gonna have to think of a good song parody for fat people. Damn it.
Yeah, that's easy, man. Short people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't got no reason to live.
They're closer to hell. Short people?
Short people got no reason.
I'm kind of thinking Piano Man.
Never gonna give you up. Is that an option?
Never gonna let us down? Never gonna run around?
Yeah, that bitch has never run around her whole fucking life.
Look, so if I understand you correctly, Ayrton, what you're saying is you'll do anything for love, but you won't do that.
I'm I'll be right back, guys. Be entertaining.
Okay. Man.
Okay, let's change the format of the show and screw everything up before he returns.
God damn it, Rune. Now I'm thinking of Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, and that is not the song I want with the image of this woman.
How about Hot for Teacher?
Oh, you guys suck.
Got it made. I'm hot.
So Rune, what was your week like?
Basically taking care of my mom. And, you know, if you ask the question of, well, where do you sleep in between that? The answer is, I don't sleep.
You don't sleep anyways.
No, you have to understand that, you know, usually I keep weird hours, but there's sleep. We are currently talking about a condition where there is no sleep at all.
I was going to say, because I've definitely seen you in a Discord call at like 6 a.m. Eastern time when I get up. Which is what, 2 or 3 your time?
Something like. It is. I have to stay overnight, keep an eye on my mom to make sure that, like, if she needs anything, I can get her up or I can help her out. And then I often have to be up during the day to do, you know, all of those life things that people gotta do. And like when I want to sleep, when I want to get the desperately required like sleep time now, more often than not, I'm getting woken up to help with something else.
Hold on, we got a story time in the chat. When I worked at McDonald's, one old grump came in and ordered a large double quarter pounder meal with a large chocolate shake and a large water to offset the shake. Yeah, I mean, I constantly go into fast food establishments and ask for the left side of the menu and a small Diet Coke.
It's really fun to go into a fast food place where they obviously have the newer style kiosk on their registers.
Yeah.
Because if you order something that's not on the menu, they get the most confused look, and they'll sit there and they'll hunt and peck. You go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and order a Big Mac, they will hunt and peck.
I like just going through a drive-through and saying I want the order to go. Just like subtly under my breath, like not overtly, because you can hear the pause for a second while they kind of contemplate what you just said. It's wonderful.
Church. Speaking of the Red Man, do you mind if I pass the Discord link to my associate David?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I mentioned that tonight might basically.
I put it in the goddamn YouTube chat. I mean, he could watch the show.
Just throw it in Old Man Gaming, just in your general chat. Let it
no, I'm not going to throw it in the general. I'm not going to open the floodgates to all those people to just attack the church.
We know most of those people.
You know, I know we do, but at the same time, some of these people, I don't necessarily want their Ebola to wander in and like. The two environments are very different. Is what I'll say.
He doesn't want us to corrupt the people. Is I think what he's getting at.
He doesn't want to mix his peas and carrots.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean it's solely like we have some very nice people in Old Man Gaming who would be deeply confused by the kind of chicanery we get up to in the church.
The fact that you use the word chicanery is enough.
It is literally chicanery. Chicanery and shenanigans.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
How does it feel to be able to use those multiple syllable words on this show versus with Dillard?
I don't know, man. I mean, are you checking your dictionary every day? Are you getting better with them words, Ayrton?
I am.
Well,
Dictionary.com's fucking awesome.
It pretty is.
So
they should translate that into a comic book. They already made the Bible a comic book. They should make the dictionary a comic book.
I mean,
Ayrton, stop having bad ideas. But before we get too far, I did want to bring up the plan for tomorrow, since I'm being a little bit quiet, and there is a reason for that. Right now, I'm currently trying to finish up some work for real life stuff, and I don't really have all the time that I would like to invest in putting on an actual entertaining event for you all. So this is what you get. However, tomorrow the plan is that I will go back over and reread Bigfoot Bill Volume 1, and then the co-host will as well refresh or read for the first time if they haven't read their copies yet, and we will review Bigfoot Bill tomorrow by Doug Naple, the actual only Comicsgate book that Doug Naple ever did.
When I was told that, actually, the first thing I said is, "Didn't we recover that already?"
No, you probably just read it.
As a hold on a second. As a Comicsgate creator, I have to interject and just correct the mindset here. There's no such thing as a Comicsgate book.
No, I know. I was making a joke.
Yeah, because Comicsgate's the community, it's the consumers. You know what I mean? So, I mean, even though a consumer might also be a creator, it does. You know what I mean? Ideally, if you were making a book just for Comicsgate, you'd be an idiot, right?
No, I know. I'm just making a joke because when we were checking, because we've been doing this show for 2 years, and there's a good chance that I got drunk and we reviewed Bigfoot Bill and I'd forgotten. So I looked, and all of the Bigfoot Bill videos for Bigfoot Bill 1, it all was just kind of like a blast back in time from 2 years ago when Doug Naple had that bright shock red hair, and everything was still cool with all the comics creators in the onset early days of CG. And it
yeah, like 2 minutes before I got here.
Yeah, it was back in it was in the honeymoon era of CG.
So before I go help my hey Critical Blast,
Thanks for showing up, buddy.
Before I go help my mom with dinner real quick, because I said that might happen.
Yeah.
In the waiting room, we have a friend of mine by name of Coyote, and if I can take the moment to kind of chat him up. Coyote, among other things, is the Prince of Cats. He works out of a place called the Middens Motel. He is surrounded by animals at all times. And he is also, though not practicing because his industry is dying too, a journalist, actually.
Okay.
So
one of the good ones, though, right?
Get ready for that hit piece, Church.
I mean, he's at least objective enough to know what objectivity means by more than just a theory.
Okay. All right.
The thing is that when he and I do not have knockdown, drag-out, screaming matches about 616 continuity and what is and is not canon,
yeah,
there can be some interesting insights into how things go. And hopefully the animals are not on the loose. Currently he is out of house, like he doesn't have a place to live, so he both lives and works at the Mittens Motel, and I believe his computer is dead currently, so he might be on his phone. But
okay.
Since we are just kind of chill tonight, he'd like to drop in.
Okay.
That's a very long introduction.
Shall I bring him into the fold?
Yes.
Yes.
Shall we commence the ritual?
I don't know what you speak of, so no.
All right, so how do you guys feel about girls in short dresses that twirl and the dress rises up and shows that they have on a nice little tiny G-string thong? How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, wonderful.
I feel married.
The best part of summer.
I mean, she's spinning around, so she is clearly actively choosing to share this knowledge with people.
It's any given day for me on that, so it's kind of boring.
We're not talking about you looking in the mirror, Coyote.
No, I just happen to hang out with, and know so many dancers over my life. It's normal.
I mean, I can in fact see, Coyote, like in my head, that you, or at least own one banana hammock.
Nope. even when I dance,
somebody kick Rune off the show. I'm kind of busy right now. Can somebody just eject Rune from the show? Is that a thing we can do?
No. We know what the proper answer is.
I mean,
Ayrton, if you have the capacity, you have to fire me. 'Cause I don't know where that clip comes from.
I'm
You're
already
fine.
ahead of you.
There we go.
What? It didn't. God damn it! It didn't work. Oh, I used the wrong command.
Denied.
Is this the command? It's been so long since I've done this.
It says failed to load. The video is unavailable.
No, man, you gotta. What's wrong with you? You have to.
Is
You have
that
to.
it?
No.
No.
What's
God
wrong
damn
with
it,
you,
I
man?
forgot the commands.
You don't have like a word pad set up to remember all this shit like
Clearly-
I do?
No.
We are such a professional unit.
All right. Well, I guess I
haven't
got
used
it.
them in forever because you always do it.
I guess I'll just
Hold on,
have to
let
fire
me
you
just
both.
scroll- Let me just
No,
scroll back
it's
a bit, I'll find it.
fine. It's fine. Here we go. I'll just fire you both. It's cool. Get out.
You're fired.
There we go.
I hate both of you. I'm working.
Man
here.
does better.
What is?
Hey, I was close.
As I said, I
Horseshoes and hand grenades, Ayrton. Horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah. So, Coyote, what's up? How's your week been? What do you want to yell about?
General life and the destabilization that I want to cause the world, but I just really don't give a shit.
We'll get on it. Come on.
I'd do it, but you know what? The world's doing a good enough job without me. It's kind of like Cthulhu looking at the end times going, well, shit, guys, you didn't wait.
I mean, that's fair.
You know, I recently.
If you could control the chaos, though, how would you do it differently?
Oh, hold on. Before you get into that, I've recently been listening to audiobooks instead of a lot of the podcasts that I usually listen to during my
I hear that's easier on the eyes that way.
audiobooks.
I hear that they're easier on the eyes.
I mean, you don't look at them, so I mean, is that a joke? What are we doing here?
That Jameson is really affecting you, Church.
I've only had a few sips. I'm tired. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
Anyway, no, and one of the ones that I've read was the complete work of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And the reason I did this was because there's apparently a fanfic version of some. I mean, it's a literal book. You can buy it. You can listen to it. Whatever. But it's Sherlock Holmes, and it's kind of like a retelling of some of his most famous stories. And instead of being explained like they were, it's all explained by the elder gods.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, a lot of people
Really?
kind of shunned it for being really cliche.
You sure you've only had a couple of sips, man? You taking some medication today, dude, or something?
No, I'm fine. What's wrong with you? What are you talking about?
No, but nothing wrong with me, dude. You're just not yourself. That's all. I'm just kind of.
Oh no, I'm actually on my mic and I'm relaxed right now instead of standing up chain smoking. Everyone's asleep. Your show is entirely too early. All my kids are running around. I'm calm right now. See?
Yeah, he's in the comfy spot.
I'm in the
This is what
comfy
happens
spot.
when he gets in the comfy-
I'm relaxed.
comfy
I'm
spot.
enjoying a whiskey. You know, I'm not stressed out. I'm not pacing. Everyone's comfortable. Everyone's being quiet. No one's screaming my name.
Yeah, you shot up your heroin. We're good. Okay.
I mean, I wasn't going to tell all the business live on air, but yes. No,
Joke's on you. I snorted all his heroin before he could shoot it up.
that's right.
You know, that will fucking kill you.
He did up all my heroin before we went on air. It was a tragic boating accident with my heroin.
Yeah. And a couple of shotguns.
And a couple of shotguns. Anyway, what I was getting at is
what were you getting at?
I don't remember. Like, you fucked me all up with that, like telling me I was on heroin. It was sad. Depressed. I'm not on heroin, Drew. What's wrong with you? Why you gotta be that way, man?
Was it fentanyl?
Straight opium.
No, he can breathe. He can breathe just fine, Drew.
Oh God, no! Don't make those jokes. We'll get our channel banned.
What joke? You can't be. You can't breathe fine. I can
No,
tell
if
you
I
sound out of breath.
yeah, if I sit up, I'm good. I just like I said, I'm relaxed right now. Usually, I'm a little more high strung on your show because I just got out of work. I'm pacing outside. I'm on my iPad, so I have to yell a lot more. Yeah, I'm on the good quality mic. I don't have to be I don't have to be a loud, obnoxious.
I should like buy one of those lavaliers and like send that shit to you, and you can just plug it into your phone. And
What the hell is that?
It's one of those fucking studio mics that clip onto your fucking shirt, you know?
Oh, okay.
Like a lapel mic.
Yeah, it's called a lavalier. Yeah, but yeah, it's like a lapel mic. Yeah.
Okay. I'd have to look into that. I don't know how it would work with all the wireless headphone shit that I use, because that seemed to be my main problem.
Beard.
Oh yeah, the beard would definitely rub up against it. That is a thing.
You can just hang it in the beard with the popcorn.
Yeah, that's right. No, I'll just hang it off the clip of my glasses. I've seen people do that before. But
yeah, I mean, since we're not on camera, you can pull that one off.
I can pull it off while I'm on camera. You think I give a fuck? I haven't given a shit since 1974.
What you're saying is you're backed up.
Anyway, no.
So here's the epic question of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so like in all those Marvel movies, why didn't they really make any effort with Thor's wig? I mean, you know, he could have at least grown his hair out or something, because that wig was just not good.
Chris Hemsworth wig?
Yeah, the Thor wig, yeah, that Chris Hemsworth wore in the Thor movies.
No, I know what you're talking.
Great wig.
Yeah, I don't know. They had worse problems than that. Like, if that's the worst sin.
They did, but that one bugs me right now.
Oh, okay.
Did you see the Captain Marvel movie? And a wig is your biggest problem with the MCU?
No, I never said it was my biggest problem. I just said it was the one bothering me right now.
Why is that? Were you trying to jerk off to it and like the unrealisticness of the wig just threw you off?
No. The Avengers movie, the first Avengers one, happens to be playing on what is that, HBO or something shit right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just happens to be on cable right now. I have the volume off when the screen's sitting there, and I can see his fucking bad wig, and I'm like,
oh yeah, it was really bad in the first Avengers movie. It got better over time. I will say that.
What it looks like.
Yeah.
Well, it got better over time.
It wasn't so bad in the first Thor movie. It wasn't so bad. In
No.
fact, I thought the first time I saw it, I thought that Hemsworth had long hair. And then when I saw it again, I looked a little closer, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's a lace wig, you know." But I just, but it's like they didn't even try in this one. It's like it doesn't. It's like his hair is like from scene to scene, it's like different shapes, which doesn't happen with normal people. You know what I mean?
Well, another thing that they did was when they made him fat. That wasn't done very well either.
No, but that was funny though.
Yeah.
At least they kept him fat, even when he thored up at the end.
Yeah.
Right? They were going to make him all like fit and trim again, but the fact that they stuck with it for the whole time, I was like, okay. Props on you guys
wanted to do that.
For staying with it. You know what I mean?
The crew and the director wanted him to lose.
Although
What the fuck was that?
If Thor did bring down the lightning, if Thor did bring down the lightning on himself like that, you know what I mean? He got thin. That wouldn't be like too far from how the comics were, because he would be able to heal himself from major shit and all kinds of stuff. Like his whole body would like regenerate itself sometimes.
I mean,
you know what I mean? So like, if he got in shape after that, I wouldn't have been shocked. It wouldn't have, you know what I mean? I would.
No,
It
it
would.
wouldn't have
It would
shocked
have been
me.
realistic, but it would have. It would have fallen in line with the comics if he had.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting them to like make them all back in shape and stuff, but I give them props for sticking with the Fat Thor.
It's funny.
You know what I mean?
It's funny because Hemsworth is like known as one of like Hollywood's most like fit dudes. So it's just really hilarious that they made him a Fat Thor. It's just too funny.
During the filming, in one of the scenes, he was supposed to actually lose the fat. It was actually Chris Hemsworth that fought to keep the fat suit on.
Really?
Yes, he didn't want to lose the fat suit. He thought it was good for the character. He wanted to keep it.
I wonder how much money Ryan Reynolds bet him to do that.
Chris, what? My name's Ryan. I will not invade your TikToks or Twitters if you keep the fat suit on.
Wait a minute, I can see this conversation. They're both over at like Chris Hemsworth's house, reading reading lines from their relatives' scripts, and Ryan Reynolds looks over and says, "Hey, what will it take for you to keep that fat suit on?" And Chris Hemsworth is like, "You got to let that chick peg you."
Now, why did we have to go there? Like, it was a nice, wholesome thought, Ryan Reynolds and Chris Hemsworth, and now we're talking about pegging. Now you understand why I have to stay in my comfy spot, Drew. Like, if I just yelled the whole time, nobody would watch. I want to start yelling now, but it's not time. Like, I try not to yell in the first hour. Give my kids and my wife time enough to get into a deep enough sleep where my yelling doesn't wake them up.
Right. Turbo Tap in the chat says, I only want to see Doctor Strange 2 and I'm all good. I agree with that sentiment.
You know, I actually have to step in and say that as somebody who looked at WandaVision and said this is crap, I don't want anything to do with this, I retract that. WandaVision was actually really good.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. There was elements
it.
of it. There was elements of it that I was thinking, this is kind of cheesy. You know what I mean? At parts. But overall, I did enjoy it. It was actually pretty entertaining.
I made this point a while back, early on in the show, so I feel like it's not a secret worst thing to bring it up again at this point. When I think
you're
back
secretly a woman,
is it?
No, that's not a secret
Thing?
No. But good second hit there, Rune. I appreciate that. Where did David go? What happened there?
I had to pause it for a second, unless you guys wanted to hear one of the most gross sounds in the entire world.
We always want to hear one of the most gross sounds in the entire world.
Yeah.
I mean, you are in a room full of men.
Yeah, that's the audio. That's the audio equivalent of "Smell this gym bag."
Yeah, but vomiting has a tendency to make people with weaker stomachs vomit.
Yeah, I don't know.
You forget I'm from the South, man. Like I have to admit that a lot of those redneck parody jokes, they're some of them are based in facts. Yeah, they're not jokes. That's just how we live life. White liquor, definitely a thing down here.
And I have banged your mom, so.
Just like everybody else on the internet.
The only problem I have with WandaVision isn't the show itself. It is I want to say the fake fans that are only familiar with the MCU and know nothing about the comic books that it's being drawn.
Well, I actually.
So, wait, your problem with the show is the fans.
Hold on. Let me
fake fan. I would generate that one.
Well, let me step in here and kind of mediate a little bit, because the thing is,
you know what, I
hold on, Drew. Hold on.
Because of its damn customers.
Well, I hate Walmart because of its customers. Like, if there weren't anybody in Walmart, I would love shopping there all the time. But the point remains, when you guys remember way back in the when, when dinosaurs ruled the earth and Tobey Maguire was still Spider-Man.
No, I don't remember that. But.
Yeah, I remember when Tobey Maguire was still Spider-Man, but I'm one of the dinosaurs. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, back when dinosaurs walked the earth and Tobey Maguire was Spider-Man for the first time, I carried this weight on my shoulders as a comic fan. I had that indignant way about me where I was like, these people don't know Peter Parker. They don't know about Amazing Fantasy number 15. They haven't walked a mile in my shoes through the long boxes of doom. And as I get older and I look at it, it's
They
the
haven't read
exact same.
Secret Wars.
Well, they have not read Secret Wars. Thank you, Ayrton. No, as I get older and
I
as
got you.
I consume this media, I have to look at it from the same, because someone explained to me, Spider-Man by Sam Raimi was not created specifically to entertain comic book fans. Spider-Man by Sam Raimi was created to bring the mass market out to watch a movie about a comic book character. And you can see that in,
I before you get too deep in the weeds, I was going to ask you,
yeah.
Am I the only one that's actually old enough to remember Nicholas Hammond as Spider-Man?
You mean from the
show?
TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with the
I've
buggy
seen it
eyes.
on repeat. I've seen it. I like
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. I saw it. I saw it with the old Captain America with the Shield motorcycle, and the old Hulk series, and the Thor movie that was the Hulk crossover.
Those both came out like when I was a kid.
But there was still a contingent of people out there who only knew about those, and they thought that Wonder Woman, Thor, the Hulk, and Spider-Man and Captain America were all in the same universe because they all had live-action TV shows.
Here's the thing, because we actually had two different things going on. And feel free to correct me, Dave, if you disagree. But the thing that Coyote's actually getting at is the cronyism, right? It's not the idea that your only exposure is this thing, and us comic elitists are like, you're a real fan.
Yeah.
It's the people who have no exposure and are desperate to be on the bandwagon, so they will, observe the clip notes of a thing and then act like, oh, I was always a fan. You just didn't know because you're not deep state. Those people are fucks. Okay. The other thing is
that's like 85-90% of the issue. Yeah.
But on the other end of the spectrum, due to this very medium of the internet, we have people with
we're definitely on the spectrum
with a wide access to information, right? But they're not using it. I saw a video headline today, okay, about how Tolkien invented dwarves. Not invented his own version.
Wait, what?
Not invented the most popular version, but literally claiming he invented dwarves. And my outrage, my immediate visceral hatred, was the idea that there are dumb fucks out there who have only ever seen Peter Jackson, who will see this video and assume that it is 100% accurate, even though they could go to any number of sources, including Wikipedia, and verify for themselves.
Well, you know that it's not even Tolkien that actually created the dwarves. See, Peter Jackson created Tolkien. Thus, Peter Jackson created the dwarf.
Well, I mean, Peter is landlord, So Peter Jackson created Doctor Who, and Doctor Who created Tolkien, who created dwarves.
Yes, correct.
Well, Doctor Who used his time machine to go back and tell Tolkien about dwarves.
See. And it was in fact entirely a dodge. He was just having a laugh at a stupid fat guy.
Well, see, that's what caused. See, we're going to tie this all back together. That's what caused the big switch between the Berenstain and the Berenstein people.
Berenstain.
All right.
And that's what caused the Beyonder to take notice of the Marvel Universe and start the Secret Wars.
And that's how we got Secret War 2020. Boom, mic drop. I love you guys.
I'm so confused.
But no, the point that I was making, like, to finish it up,
All
is
I gotta say is I write comics and you guys I actually write comics and produce comics and you guys
yeah, and we judge you for it. As fans, it's our job to tell you whether
While
you're writing.
busy writing a comic and actually doing a product, I'm busy over here with nothing else to do but monitor cats and read comics.
Yeah, like
For
we're reading it,
games.
and we have to tell you why it's awful, even though it's excellent in the same breath. I give you 5 out of 5 stars and critique the shit out of you. See, this is a great book, but look, in 1991, he was caught looking at a stripper's boobs.
Look, it's got a nice beat, but you can't dance to it, okay?
No. Drew, what you don't understand is Church and Rune would tell Stan Lee that his continuity was wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, to his face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but Stan would agree with us.
Greetings, heroes!
That's the point.
But no, what I was getting at, though, is, based on the fact that the old Spider-Man movies weren't created specifically for comic book fans, they were created the same reason that the MCU was created, and that was to put asses in seats and blow a lot of stuff up. WandaVision wasn't created to fan service anybody that gave a shit about Wanda Maximoff. WandaVision was created to captivate the soap opera audience. And that's what it did.
You think? I actually think that WandaVision was capitalized on the current movement that we have a lot of young women and mothers that are interested in the whole Marvel stuff that's going on, and they're like major Disney spenders.
That's what I call the soap opera audience.
I walked away with a totally different aspect.
Basically, like a complete business decision based on complete, statistics of who their customer base is right now.
Well, that's what I mean by the soap opera.
That's exactly what Church said, but with less words.
Right.
See,
yeah,
I took it a completely different way. I thought so far season 1 has been, while a story for the MCU is almost parody.
I wouldn't even call it. Well, I wouldn't even call it season 1. I would just call it WandaVision, because I don't think this particular show was ever booked for a season 2. I think this was just a very. I think this was a very well-timed experiment that put asses in seats for people that don't give a shit about comic books.
Well, here's another facet. The MCU is very well structured. It's very well done overall. We can debate various levels and aspects till we're blue in the face, but it is not without its contradictions, its plot holes, and its overall errors. And you have the problems of back office politic from various acquisitions. Like the fact that they introduced Wanda and Peter without having the X-Men, right? But now Disney has the X-Men.
Well, they introduced Wanda. They introduced Wanda and Peter without having the X-Men because of a backroom deal. Right. But then they did make it continuity like based in the comics.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. They are using WandaVision as a mechanism because of the weird nature of her chaos powers and the interference of occult forces to correct their errors. Their errors become not errors because it looks like it's all part of a plan.
Well,
even though it's literally it's an in-setting retcon that makes sense.
Yeah, well, if it looks like you were supposed to fuck up in that way, did you really fuck up in that way?
Well, let's take a look at what WandaVision did, okay? It's not very often that you get everyone excited about the next episode that's coming out. It's not very often that anyone does anything that on a weekly basis could dominate the trending charts on a YouTube or a Twitter. WandaVision did that.
After watching
Big Booty, I think it did
Sluts number 3, I was excited for Big Booty Sluts number 4. So
yeah, but
picks up at number 3. They get their feeding and their foot. It's good.
Yeah, number 3 is a class film.
Yeah, but I'm not such a fan of the nipple verse. When they had to redo it.
That's
Mm.
fair. That's
Didn't
fair.
I already
They
fire you
must-
guys? Like, why are we
must
back
have
here?
It's really hard.
Why are you guys still here? Didn't I
Why did
fire
you-
you?
Church,
What?
it's
I
not
was just
my
about to
fault
say,
that you
how-
don't appreciate big booty asses and its extended universe.
I was just going to say, how have you done a show with me for almost 2 years?
I just believe that the high curve is going to be an end to the series because the current creator just doesn't know what they're doing.
I drank a lot less before I did this show. I'll have you know.
That's fair. I think I did too.
I mean, we blame it on the quarantine, but I mean, it's definitely you.
I'll take it.
When the quarantine's not to blame, the quarantine's just a convenient excuse.
I got a sneak peek. Well, not a sneak peek. Everybody's able to see it now, but I got a full res version of some artwork that I had commissioned from artist over on Twitter.
Oh yeah, with the guitar playing parrot.
Yeah. So the artist name is Psych Draws. It's at Fapping Flamingo on Twitter.
Which is so appropriate, right?
Which is a great name.
Yeah, she's done work. I'm assuming it's a she. Has done work for Nick Diorio and Tipster. That's how I saw her. And I was like, "Can you do your version of the church?" And I sent her all the reference material I had, and she was
do
like,
me a favor. Say Paulie want a gig.
But you know, I sent her all the reference material that I had, which included the backdrop by Denny, the artwork from Optic Decay, the artwork from Dillard, obviously, Cartoon, one of the early fans of the show who has since gotten more popular than us and run away. Oh man, that's huge. That's humongous. Let's make that a small boy. Go ahead.
I have been on 3 Dillard draw streams in the last week.
Oh, Dillard also did one
here, on time.
Yeah. Dillard also did one for me.
You poor soul.
Yeah. All right. Looks like we're almost into that second hour, and I can start yelling.
I kind of appreciate how Ayrton is just sitting on the shoulder of the church and looking down like he's contemplating whether or not he'll die if he jumps off.
Yeah. Or if I thump him. But
that's what 2 years of the show is like.
But yeah, I sent the
tall enough to commit suicide from.
I sent the
impression. I was thinking that he had just farted, and that was a reflection of the relief that he was feeling in his expression.
I mean,
that could be as well.
I mean, that also explains Church's long.
Zoom in on his face again. Let's look at that. Just look at that.
I mean, that does explain the church bot's flat, bland expression.
I mean, look, he's like picking himself up a little bit to get the gas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shard himself.
Yeah. I mean, I eat a lot of spicy food and drink a lot of beer, so
Zoom in on that again. Come on, Church.
I'm gonna get you to do a commission for me, Drew, and then I'm just gonna shit all over it on on your show. Is that cool?
All right.
Zoom and enhance. Zoom and enhance.
See,
back and to the left.
I hate all of you.
Enhance.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that
gonna get
Church?
I'm just gonna get into a.
See, look, his butt is off of Church's chest a little bit. Look.
Church, was it you and Ayrton on the grassy knoll?
It totally is.
Why do I put up with this abuse from you people?
It's totally lift and fart, man. It's totally lift and fart. His butt
this artwork is fucking amazing, and that's what I'm trying to highlight here.
No, the art is absolutely amazing, which is why we're having fun with it.
Hold on. Anybody in the chat who's an artist, please draw me and Church on the grassy knoll.
How much you gonna pay me?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I won't pay you much. I'll send you a picture of my feet if you draw me and Church on the grassy knoll.
Oh God. You should know the Coyote is a photography-based artist. If you send him photos of your feet, you might come to regret it.
I'm just gonna leave because I've obviously lost all control here. Oh man, I've lost all control. Anyway,
Yeah, that's
no,
definitely a
awesome.
lift and fart.
Jesus Christ, Drew, I hate you so much. Why do I hang out with you? Like, you're always nice on your show. You come over here and you're just an asshole.
Well, yeah. He has to be a good.
He has to be a good host in his own house. Like,
No, he has to be a good Christian boy over on his show.
yeah,
He can be
gotta.
a dickhead over here.
Yeah, none of his fan base is watching. He could be the real Drew. But no, I put that up as my my Twitter profile. I have the transparent version with no background, so I can just kind of like sneak it across the screen every now and again. I'll set that up. That'll be pretty fun. Just
so I could Photoshop this picture into the grassy knoll.
Yes. Yes, I have the transparent version for specifically that reason. Memes on the grassy knoll because I am not. I am not on enough watch lists, so I mean, obviously, that's the first thing you do is Photoshop yourself.
Well, for one, I'm the one who's like humanly represented in this picture. So
I don't know what you're talking about. That is my exact likeness. I am, animatronic building, big smiley face.
I said humanly.
No, man, I look like a person. I'm just, several stories tall.
We're only talking about putting on the grassy knoll. We're not inferring that church was there for 9/11.
No, I was the tower facing. I was the tower facing the grassy knoll. Like that's what you guys aren't getting. I was the actual building.
Wait, are you sure? Church, are you sure you weren't the? I'm sorry. I was gonna say, church. Are you sure you weren't the book depository?
I mean, I might have been. I was drinking a lot those days.
No,
he would have to be. He would have to be. Like church would have to be the suppository. Just like
oh,
saying Coyote.
I said, why stop there? Why not just post him in there as the vehicle of Tupac getting shot? I mean, he was there.
I mean, because that eventually leads to a road where I'm a building in Auschwitz, and I can't have those memes floating around.
Yeah,
that's really not good for the image.
Where you're a building in Tokyo. Yeah, but church. It also has a road that leads to you being a building in Tokyo, and you're about to get into it with Godzilla.
That actually happened. We don't talk about it. We signed a non-disclosure agreement.
That just leads to Power Rangers, man.
No, man. Godzilla got a boner, and they had to destroy the footage. Nobody can talk about it. I'm probably going to get sued for even saying that much.
Oh.
I thought I saw that on Voltron.
I mean,
well, it got released on Pornhub, so.
So church, how you handling them palimony payments?
Excuse me? Fuck did you just say?
Apparently, you and Godzilla have a very deeply personal relationship.
Sure, I am happily married to a woman. Yeah, well, lizards can change that thing. It's definitely not a female when I got that boner.
I don't like him putting chemicals in the water. That turned to Godzilla's gay.
Hey, boy, Godzilla's literally a mutant. You don't know. Godzilla could be a hermaphroditic atomic reptile.
Are we about to debate the gender of Godzilla? Because I'm totally done.
I don't think it's debate. I think it's just
posting. I want to say that in today's climate, I totally support Godzilla being part of the LGBTQ community.
I think
I support support Godzilla in whatever faction of society they want to be in, as long as they're not going to step on me and or breathe fire in my direction.
Oh, the breathing fire, that could be kinky.
In your direction?
Have you ever had like hot candles?
Some people like candles, okay?
Look, I'm just saying, it could be kinky for you for about a second before you disintegrate.
That's okay. You'll only know for a second.
As far as you know.
Going in for whiskey number 2, ladies and gentlemen.
It could be like some Cthulhu shit. You could burn forever and be totally aware of it in another dimension.
Oh, anybody doing anything specifically Irish for St. Pat's?
Existing.
I'm
drinking
wearing
Johnny
my
Walker.
Guinness flat cap at work.
Being Scotch-Irish, my answer is to exist.
I'm gonna make some Guinness beef stew.
How about drinking beer all day? Does that qualify?
Is it
Yes.
is it Irish beer? Gonna drink some Guinness?
I don't know. I'm not even Irish, so who fucking cares?
I mean,
Everybody's
I have
Irish
this all
on
the
St.
time,
Pat's.
so I'm not doing anything different.
No. I'm Scottish. I refuse.
I'm
I'm
making I'm making a Guinness beef stew for the first time, so I'm excited.
Nice.
Gonna make
Nice.
some Irish mashed potatoes.
Did you got the nitro cans, right? Not the bottles.
Yeah.
If I had some baked potatoes, I could make some Irish.
Wait,
Irish
why
tacos.
why specifically the cans and not the bottles? Like, I thought it was just a volume thing.
Because so the cans have what they call a widget in it, which is the little ball that has the proper nitrogen to CO2 ratio in it. So when you pop the can, it releases the gas. So then it gets frothy properly and adds that nice creamy smoothness to the Guinness when you pour it.
Interesting. I've seen it done with the bottles.
No, Guinness's gas mixture is 75% nitrogen, 25% CO2.
Like I was specifically told to get the extra stout. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I just draw cans,
Huh?
and they come in a 4-pack. Just get the draught cans.
No, I was told to
cold
use
or warm.
I was told to get the extra stout, not the draught.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. It's weird.
It might be for cooking.
It is for cooking. It's the beef stew. Not about.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is it might be the reason you're told to get that is because you're cooking with it,
not drinking it. I don't drink Guinness. I'm not a fucking degenerate.
Correct.
I mean, they taste drastically different.
I like how Ayrton just completely just let that go.
I mean, I am a degenerate. I can't
okay.
argue that point.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, you're on this show.
Wait, does that make me a degenerate as well?
Yes,
You're
but
not
for
a
completely
degenerate.
other reasons, Drew.
Okay.
Since the other one's copyrighted, could we be Degeneration 1?
No.
For why bother?
As a wrestling fan,
I'm
no.
I'm too old for that. I'm too old for that.
We can be the DWO, the Degenerate World Order.
Ooh, I like that one.
That's a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean that way
What's our
we can
secret handshake.
the middle finger.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
We have an intricate sign language that it relies entirely on one finger and how it is placed.
Okay, wait.
Directed.
We got to top that. Not just the middle finger underneath the nose in mid sniff. We're degenerate.
Horizontal or vertical?
It would have to be horizontal.
Okay, all right.
Because your face was vertical.
I mean, is
I'll
that
put
how
it.
we agree with one another?
I'll put it to a vote. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Me. Sorry, Drew. It was a tie.
We also have to cut this finger.
I want to make a Twitter poll out of this. I'm just trying to think of how to word it properly.
Yeah,
I read
the
it.
obvious intimation is to evoke you, the fans, to
I,
craft the themes and the doctrines of the degenerate world order, and like we'll judge the best copy offered up, and I don't know, give you a no prize.
Yeah, the Dow is super up, hard, and throbbing today.
I told everybody about my old man Scotch glasses, right?
Anything to change the subject. Yeah, you did last week.
Did I tell you about them, Drew?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I needed some new Scotch glasses and some new shot glasses because I sent all the ones that I had to Ayrton because he had none. And
I had a few.
You were literally like, you had 4 glasses or 4 cups in your home, and one of them was like yeah, and I know one of them I specifically sent you. So, so that means before you knew me, you had 3 glasses to drink out of, and I'm sure one of them is a coffee mug.
No, my coffee mug's at work.
Okay, so you don't even have 2 coffee mugs. Jesus Christ!
No.
Nor does he have a pot to piss in.
Yeah, well, no, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he has a pot to piss in. It's legal up there.
No, I just hang off of my deck and piss into the yard.
Yeah, it's just a hole dug into the backyard.
Yeah.
Presumably where he keeps the corpses.
Anyway, I got myself some new Scotch glasses, and they came in, and I unpacked them, and I was admiring them. They look very nice. It's the round ones with the diamond pattern at the bottom, about halfway down. And my wife said, "Why did you get old man glasses?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Those are old man glasses. Like that's the glasses that every old man has." And I was later informed that it's also the glasses that every old woman has. So these are basically just old people glasses. And I'm like, "No, you're so full of shit." Yeah. I'm like, "You're so full of shit. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just fucking with me." So I'm sitting down and I see Parks and Recreation, Ron Swanson. And he drinks some of his signature Lagavulin out of the exact same fucking glass I'm holding in my hand right now. And I'm like, shit, I'm an old man.
Hey, they're classy as fuck, though.
They are.
In this, I believe in this church you prefer the term patron saint.
So I put a poll up on Twitter as to what, since I'm officially an old man now, what I should consign myself to dressing like. And I put a couple of options up, the velour tracksuit, the one color tracksuit look.
Come on, you need the polyester fucking generic plaid pattern.
No.
Fisher
You need
the knee-high socks and the canvas
with the butterfly collar.
Look,
no,
all I'm gonna say
up to your nipples with suspenders and a
t-shirt. All I'm gonna
that's
say
that's what won was the button-down shirt, the high-waisted pants, and suspenders. That was what won the fucking poll.
But that because that's what's already in place.
Look,
we were trying to be creative with it. I thought. I mean,
no. I left it up. I left it up to the people, and they said that I have to dress like an old man with suspenders.
But you already do.
Well, I do.
All I'm gonna say.
I wanted them to vote for Cosby sweaters.
Yeah.
I am not in favor of any solution that has velour, because that means that church is at Brannigan and I'm Kip, and this is just not gonna happen.
Look, man, that's a Halloween waiting to happen, Rune. We can make Ayrton shave himself and be Leela. It'd be great.
Are you saying that Ayrton has one giant eyeball in the center of his forehead?
Yeah, and boobs.
He's talking about my cock.
I'm not.
Your cock has boobs?
That's what he calls his testicles.
Dude, women have breasticles, men have testicles. Clearly, testicles are just cock boobs.
And here we are again, folks. No matter what I do, we always end up over here.
Wait. Do you have nipples on your testicles?
You
I
don't?
do.
There was an I do and an I don't. For two different people there. One of you needs to go to a doctor.
Church, you want me to set up an appointment for you since I'm apparently the show secretary?
No, because you and I.
Water. Can all the people have nipples on their crotch?
Yeah, I thought everybody had those. Kimberly Cameron says, "Why haven't you told me, Ayrton? He's pregnant with my child. That's why."
Because you don't need to know things. Kevin,
He probably regrets you even being in the chat right now.
why are you here? Why are you
This is ruining your vision of him. Like, stop. He probably exudes so much more confidence in real life.
I'm less drunk in real life.
No comment. Oh, goodness gracious.
I don't even know what we were just talking about. I'm so lost.
So, Drew, tell us about a comic book so that we won't be talking about testicles anymore. That'd be great.
All right. Well,
I am not Starfire. There's a comic book for you.
No, that's
No.
Kimmy, hold on, real quick.
Somebody fire David.
Never say in the chat that you came at the right time. Use totally different phrasing.
I was gonna ignore that, but since you brought it up,
comic because it sure as hell is not what it is going to be advertised as.
that gets her a wrench.
Ever since reading that DC is going to try to market that as a manga, I refuse to call it a manga.
Well, Kimmy, you have a wrench now, so you can tighten up that leak.
Anyway, no, Drew, tell us about what you're working on. What's going on with you? How's fulfillment on Captain Love going? Anything?
Fulfillment is going. I wish that everything went according to schedule, like I initially planned, because I had set aside like actual 2 weeks of time for fulfillment, like to dedicate strictly to getting books out the house.
We talked about that on your show,
and I missed that and I missed that window, and so because of that, everything else, you know what I mean, is like super overloaded, and I'm still getting people trying to dump more crap on me. You know what I mean? Oh, can you do this? And can you do this? And can you do this? And I'm like, dude, I got other stuff to do. Can you wait? Oh, you can't wait. You're gonna pay more, so I'll do it faster. Okay, it's just, I mean. It's getting kind of to the point where I really just don't want clients anymore at all, and I would like to focus on writing and getting stuff done. As far as comics, chapter 3 is in process. Henry Ponciato is the cover artist from chapter 2, and he's doing the work on chapter 3 now. The books are going to look a lot better than, I mean, they looked great before, but I had there, without blowing the wad, there's a few consistency errors that my other artist would do, and it would lead to arguments, because I'm like, dude, there's a roof here before, and now there's a big window. We need to do something about that. So I'm not going to change it. That led to issues, and eventually, that plus the fact that the pandemic was in place, and a bunch of other stuff. It's just it just led to him having to go his own ways. I don't want to say all the negative shit, so I'm not gonna. It didn't work out, and then it had to look for another artist to replace that had the same kind of feel. You know what I mean, of the artwork. And somebody who could be reliable, and Henry did a great cover for chapter 2, and he's been doing some great promo art, and then the pages that he's given me so far have been top notch. So I'm looking forward to chapter 3 getting out there and getting him on chapter 4. I mean, I'm really pushing hard on that. And then the Heartless series, Doodlebags is, Pat Maxton is working on that. He's already got, script for a bunch of pages, and I'm waiting to see. I've seen some thumbnails, but I'm waiting to see. I'm still waiting to see the actual pages, on that. But he's done posters and character developments, but I know where it's going. So it's that one of those things where it's in process. You know what I mean? There's great things happening. These stories are going to blow your freaking minds. Chapter 3 and chapter 4 with Captain Love is going crazy. You guys are not going to believe, if you follow the Captain Love series and you're a fan, you are not going to believe where Rise of the Pirate King goes. And then you're going to be like, oh, I cannot wait for the next book, because oh my god, I have you guys set up. I have a game plan to just make your nads for storyline and comics just pump, because it is some good stuff coming. And then the Heartless series is, I'm really impressed with where that's going. It's going to look amazing. The story is going to be super intense. I'm just real happy. I mean, this stuff I wish that that I had the kind of money to get this stuff all in the stores and push it marketing wise, because I think that I could compete with a lot of the stuff on the market these days with these stories. But anyway, why am I just talking? Why don't I get some guys? You guys gonna talk some shit? You guys never. You're just, come on, I'm just plain babbling here.
Well, we asked you about some comic books, and that's just where you went with it. But yeah.
Well, I finished my drink, and I don't want to go to the store and get another one. So.
Uber drinks.
Uber drinks.
Yeah. You know what they do? You know what they have an ice cream man for little kids. You know what I mean? At night they should have the bar, dude. You know what I mean? Where the group cruises around in a freaking and maybe they're playing like AC/DC or Back in Black or something like that.
No, man, they gotta be playing Zeppelin.
Yeah, some immigrant song.
Yeah, that would be that would probably wake somebody up.
I used to have
an acoustic guitar.
I used to live in a city with an all-night sandwich shop specifically for the drunks, and that was the best place to hang out. That was that was my favorite place to hang out.
There's so in the city close to me, not Detroit, Ann Arbor. If anybody's heard of that city, I know Drew has.
Yeah.
There's a donut shop, bakery or whatever, that opens at 2:00 in the morning when all the bars close. so you can just transition from the bars and the clubs, go get some donuts and coffee, sober up a bit, and try and make your way home without getting arrested for public intoxication.
Yeah, I dig the underground parties that open up when the bars close. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
And then those usually shut down around 6 a.m. So the cops aren't looking for you to be going home drunk anymore. They're looking for you to go to work drunk.
Right. Exactly. And as long as you're doing it on not around a holiday, they don't notice, or the end of the month. So if you're the middle of the month, there's no holidays, up here you're fine. They won't get you.
riveting. I don't know,
I live
man.
in Cartlandia. You can find almost anything in Portland at any time. Where to look.
I don't know that I could survive in places like that. Like I do well in small towns and just like low key areas where people don't get too excited. But if I was like somewhere where I could get anything I wanted at any time ever, and I'd
Oh man,
probably
I don't do
die.
well. I don't do well if I can't, like, if I don't live within walking distance to a 7-Eleven. I've been dude, I've been so fucking poor without a car and stuff for periods in my life, you know what I mean, where I have to walk where I need to go. Dude, no, fuck that. I need to have a 7-Eleven within walking distance just in case. Even though I haven't needed to walk to a 7-Eleven in forever, it's just, it makes me feel like I'm secure, that if crap goes wrong. 7-Eleven's open 24 hours a day and they got what you need. You know what I mean?
There's technically a 7-Eleven within walking distance in my town. It's several miles away, but you could in theory walk to it.
Yeah, well, mine's like about, technically, maybe about, like, it's down the end of the street and then turn the corner and then go to.
You walk down your stairs. Your apartment is above it.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be ideal. I'm just saying, that would be ideal. No,
well, if you ever decide to move to Chicago, let me know, because I know where there's a 7-Eleven with apartment buildings above it.
Yeah, I wouldn't move to Chicago for nothing, man.
What's wrong with Chicago?
Chicago? I you know what? The list. I have a list of things that's wrong with Chicago, and I'm not gonna say them on air.
Dude, I get you. I lived in Chicago for a bit. I probably have the same list.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are not good about Chicago. Let's just leave it at
that. The payphones where the receiver is chained to the rest of the payphone, but the cord's still cut anyways.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
You still got, if they even still have payphones. They took all the payphones out here. We don't even have payphones anymore.
I still have payphones.
When I was living there, oh, holy fuck. That's been 10 years since I lived in Chicago. God damn.
Yeah, you're that old.
It seems like just a couple of years ago. Holy fuck. Never mind. They might not have payphones there anymore.
Yeah, payphones are fairly pretty much moot now. So they cost too much to operate for more than compared to what they make.
That's fair. I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just, dealing with the fact that it's been 10 years since I lived there. Just, I need a moment. Okay, I'm good. All right, we can continue this degeneracy.
All right.
Wait, Michiganders have the same jokes as Wisconsinites do about Chicago? Probably. What jokes do you have about Chicago, Kathy?
As we all sit there staring at the chat, waiting for an answer.
Yeah, no shit, and we're like behind.
Everyone is eagerly awaiting jokes about Chicago that don't revolve around just Chicago existing.
Well, no, Chicago's got all kinds of like major issues, like from terrible fucking streets, like just big fucking potholes in the middle of the street that they never fixed in like a decade, to like actual like power lines like drooping so far down that they're almost hitting the street, to transformers that spark off and don't actually die, but you can see sparks shooting from them. I mean, the list is too long, man. Well, seriously, you have to go to Chicago and you'd be like, oh yeah, there's no way you can cover all this in a day.
My favorite is riding the L from like the Loop down to like Chinatown or something, and you're just sitting in it going like, oh fuck, am I gonna die?
Well,
Not because you might be stabbed. No, because the train might blow up.
Yeah, it's a city. It's a city that has gone through so many years and decades of corruption that it has experienced a level of neglect that is impossible to compare to another city on the planet.
Quote, Wisconsin is the
Say that a
vacation
New
land of
Orleans
Chicago
card.
because everyone wants to get out. But what I was going to say is we have another associate of ours over at Old Man Gaming by name of Moody, and if he was in the chat, I'm sure he could tell us some direct tales, for he lives not far from Hyde Park.
Oh yeah, that's where I used to live.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for all of you.
That area is even worse.
By the way, as far as bad cities go, I will tap Louisiana and play the New Orleans card.
Yeah, but
Toad suck Arkansas.
Wait. The problem with saying that New Orleans is a bad city is that they actually have invested a whole lot of money into it just recently. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
yeah,
versus
Coyote,
Chicago, which maybe has like a quarter invested every week, possibly.
No, see, Coyote knows how much money they've invested in it because Coyote worked for FEMA and was down there during Katrina. So that's not a fair assessment because he's seen the worst of it.
Wait. Brad Pitt alone has invested freaking, more than FEMA. You know what I mean?
I don't give a shit about Brad Pitt's petty money.
The biggest comparison I'm going to make.
Well, you know what? People who don't give a shit about people that are trying to do good and better in the world, even if they're rich or whatever. I mean, that's pretty sad I'm just saying that's kind of sad for you. If you're going to be like, I don't give a shit about that, but you give a shit so much about fans that don't think the same way that you do about a medium. You know what I mean? I just pity you for having that kind of stance.
You are welcome to have that opinion.
And I do.
But I hate to tell you that I am not impressed by Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie pretending to give a shit while they buy token children with adoptions.
You know what? You should know what you're talking about because Angelina Jolie is
You should fuck off.
You know what? You should fucking suck a fart out of my ass and swallow. You're telling me to fuck off, motherfucker. You don't know me, bitch.
I don't want to know you. I'm amazed that you
calm down. Hey.
You walked in, man.
Eat my ass,
calm down.
Fucker.
Hey.
You gotta piss me off? I will fucking just... You're a turd, dude. You're a fucking walking turd. You're like just Mr. Negative, fucking just a shit on people kind of thing. And it bothers me that I'm sitting here having to listen to your fucking just rants and raving of just toxic shit.
Is that right? Well, guess what? You're the one that came in. You're the one who invited yourself.
You can sit there and just be worse and just be worse, or you could probably think about how you're being and possibly want to be a better person.
And
that's
and
my
all
suggestion.
of this, I don't give a shit about Brad Pitt.